Once upon a time, there was a magical garden hidden away in a secluded corner of the forest. It was a place of wonder and enchantment, where flowers bloomed in every color of the rainbow and animals spoke in hushed whispers. Many people had heard stories of this mysterious garden, but very few had ever been lucky enough to stumble upon it. One day, a young girl named Lily was out exploring the woods when she stumbled upon a small door hidden among the trees. Curiosity getting the better of her, she pushed it open and stepped inside. To her amazement, she found herself standing in the middle of the most beautiful garden she had ever seen. The flowers were unlike any she had ever seen before, their petals sparkling with magic and their fragrance filling the air with a sweet scent. Lily gasped in wonder as she saw that the flowers were not just ordinary blooms. They were alive, moving and dancing as if they had a life of their own. As she wandered through the garden, Lily came across a small pond where a group of frogs were gathered. To her surprise, the frogs hopped out of the water and began to speak to her in soft, croaking voices. "Welcome to our garden," they said. "We have been waiting for you." Lily was astonished to find that she could understand the frogs, and she quickly struck up a conversation with them. They told her that the garden was enchanted, and that it was home to many magical creatures who lived there in peace and harmony. As Lily continued to explore, she met more and more of the garden's inhabitants. There were birds who sang songs that made her heart swell with joy, rabbits who hopped playfully through the flowers, and even a family of hedgehogs who invited her to join them for tea. It was as if the garden had come to life around her, and Lily felt as if she had stepped into a fairy tale. She spent hours exploring the garden, admiring the flowers and talking to the animals. As the sun began to set, Lily realized that she would have to leave soon. She didn't want to say goodbye to the enchanted garden, but she knew that she couldn't stay forever. As she made her way back to the door, she felt a pang of sadness in her heart. She had never felt so alive and free as she had in the garden, and she knew that she would always remember it as one of the most magical places she had ever been. But just as she was about to step through the door and leave the garden behind, she heard a soft whisper in her ear. "Come back soon," it said. "We'll be waiting for you." Lily turned around to see a small fairy hovering in the air beside her. The fairy smiled and fluttered away, disappearing into the garden. Lily knew that she would have to come back to the enchanted garden someday. She didn't know when, but she knew that she would never forget the magic and wonder that she had found there. As she walked back through the woods, Lily smiled to herself, knowing that she had discovered a secret that few people had ever known. The enchanted garden was her special place, a place of beauty and wonder that she would always treasure in her heart.